Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. For he himself is our peace, who has made both one, and has broken down the middle wall of separation, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, that is, the law of commandments contained in ordinances, so as to create in himself one new man from the two, thus making peace, and that he might reconcile them both to God in one body through the cross, thereby putting to death the enmity. And he came and preached peace to you who were afar off, and to those who were near. For through him we both have access by one Spirit to the Father. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 14 through 18. The poet once said, "It will be winter so long as we put a wall around our life, and it will be spring when we take the wall away." Some people put up a wall against their fellow men. Sometimes they do it because they are too proud to mix with common people. Sometimes they do it because they are so obsessed with ambition and with getting on that every man becomes a competitor and a potential enemy. Sometimes they do it because they are intolerant. They will have nothing to do with those who think in other ways. They brand them as heretics and as people to avoid. Sometimes it is just shyness that puts up the wall, and so often shyness comes from thinking too much about ourselves and too little about others. Life is always winter where there is no friendship and fellowship in it. Aristotle, in a great phrase, calls a friend another self, an alter ego. Springtime comes when friendship comes. Some people put up a wall against God and Jesus Christ. "Behold," says Jesus, "I stand at the door and knock," Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. And when Holman Hunt painted his famous picture of the knocking Christ, he was right to show that there is no handle on the outside of the door of the human heart. It has to be opened from the inside. It is always winter when we try to live alone, but when we open the door and receive Christ into our hearts, we too will say with the old hymn, "There is springtime in my soul today." What about you today? Are you building walls within that serve to separate you from your fellow men? Are you erecting walls that effectively separate you from the Christ? Why not ask God today to give you the strength and the will to destroy these walls and open the way for you to run into His arms for love and forgiveness? This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day. As we experience this holiday season, it is my prayer that you and your family will be safe as you travel, that God will bless you with some wonderful times of fellowship with family and friends, and that God will use you in a personal way to bless the life of another. Then, as this holiday season concludes and life gets back into a familiar routine, please remember that every day is about Jesus. If we at the Church Street Church of Christ can help lead you to know more about Him, not just about His miraculous birth, but also about His life, His teachings, His ministry with people, His cruel death, His burial, His amazing resurrection, and His promise to one day come again to reward those who are faithful to Him each day, please call on any of us at the Church Street Church of Christ at 359-3597. You may also check out our website for more information and contact details at www.churchst.org. We are willing to help you in your walk with God at any time, day or night, for there is no other relationship as vital as this one, because this is the only relationship you will ever have that has eternal consequences. Remember, God loves you, and so do we.